good morning. Welcome to the channel. It's me again. Today's the big day. It's a really big day, actually. I am headed to the college to take my skills test for my CNA license. I have studied, but I am trying to get there early because I didn't get to really practice the peri-care, cath care, or the partial bed bath, or blood pressure. I've done all these things in class, and I did a few at home while in the class studying, but I was trying to major on the minor ones that I didn't focus on, like nail care, foot care, denture care, like things that I wasn't so sure I remembered. I pretty much remembered the other three, but I am going to watch on YouTube when I get there, take some notes in my notebook. Anyway, you guys, also, it is my first day at my new job as a CNA. Even though I don't have my CNA yet, you know, it is a CNA job at my memory care, assisted living and memory care place. And so, yeah, I'm headed there now. It's not even 7:30 yet, and I don't have to be there to test at the college until 9, but I wanted to go by, maybe grab some breakfast somewhere. I have my coffee, and I'm just going to sit in the parking lot outside the college and watch, you know, some of those videos. And yeah, so today is going to be super exciting. I will definitely come back on here with you guys and let y'all know how I think I did, or if they tell me I passed or whatever. I don't know. They normally email you the results, but I've heard that sometimes the proctor will be like, it's okay, you passed, or, you know, they already can tell because they're the ones, you know, scoring you. But if you can tell, if this video looks a little bit better, I hope. I tried to film for y'all yesterday on old Trusty over here that I've told y'all about that is giving me memory fits. The Lord so graciously helped me to be able to get a new phone. I say the Lord, I'm not trying to say it was the Lord and I put myself in a big old payment bind. But what I mean is, I've never been able to get phone service with Verizon forever, like never. This is Straight Talk, and it's prepaid and it's fine, but the only thing with Straight Talk is you gotta buy the phone. You've got to, if you want the phone, you've got to buy it. So if I want to upgrade right now, in a sense, if you want to call it that, I've just got to go dish out several more $100s and pay the monthly for the card. You know, mine's about $50-$60. So I've been praying, of course, and y'all have heard me on here. I thought, Lord, I need a new phone. It's not even just a want, it's a need. I can't take any pictures. I can't send my friends stuff. I can't video on my channel. And so the other night, I was just randomly looking on Facebook or something, and then an ad came up, you know, from Verizon. Get a, you know, iPhone 15, iPhone 16, your choice plus for a free, you know, new customer kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, right. I've tried that for 20-something years, literally. I've tried for so long to be able to get a new phone. And yeah, I know you got to pay monthly, but it went through. It went through, so I didn't have to hardly pay much at all. Normally, by the time they soft credit check me, y'all, it's like you got to pay, you know, $600 or $900. Like, they want half of the phone's price. So what I did is I got the baby pink iPhone 15 Plus. I'm on her now. She's gorgeous. Y'all know what they look like. I tried doing the unboxing for y'all yesterday to show y'all her, and it was just a, you know, bitter reminder of why I got that phone, by the grace of God, because I couldn't record it for y'all. I tried 3 times, kept deleting apps. There's no more pictures really to delete. There's not even that many on there anyway, maybe 80. Like, y'all, that's ridiculous. So, but I've had this phone for a while, so I'm grateful. I should have just started honking at this dude. He literally just came over right in my lane in front of me like I didn't exist. Y'all, I'm not road raging, but that's fact. But anyway, I love you guys, and I will get back on here later. I'm going to go grab something somewhere that's decently cheap and go study. My hair's down because it's still kind of wet. But anyway, I just thought I would say hi. I have my new phone. I don't have it on the one that's in front of me. I didn't want that thing in my face while I was driving right now, all the way to where I have to go. But yeah, I'm excited. So here's to hopefully passing my skills in a great day at my new job. I will let you, definitely, I'm going to take you guys along today. This is a vlog. I should have all the memory. I did pick an iPhone that had more than the 125 gigs. I wanted the 1 TB, but it was on like back order, and I didn't want to wait because it actually let me go through the whole process, and only like, I think it was charging me like $30 down and then like 40 for, what is it, like the activation fee and some other stuff. But it wasn't nothing like, I was fixing to have, why I went ahead and did it is because this phone, I still have service on it for like 2 more days, but after that it's going to go out anyway. And so, and Wi-Fi, I'm tired of paying Wi-Fi because I can't really get a signal with this service much. I can in this big city, but, or it's big to me, but where I live in my little country town, I can't. And so I thought, you know what, the plan I have on my new phone is unlimited hotspot. I only really needed it for my laptop or whatever else. And so I just replaced my Wi-Fi and this phone with the phone I'm on with Verizon and their plan. So it works fine. I don't even run my phone on the Wi-Fi at the house, the new one. The old one I still have to keep on it because it won't do nothing. But anyway, I am grateful for God and His many blessings. And I just thought about that when I got that phone in yesterday when I was trying to do the unboxing. Do you know, all these years, you guys, like I said, I tried to upgrade. I tried to upgrade. It just never would work out. Like every door shut in every way. Like I just couldn't do it. It's amazing to me that when the time is right in our life, and I'm not saying, like I said, the Lord was like, get yoked up to a plan with Verizon at all. But little things like that really speak to me in volumes. All these years, no other time in my life when I've tried to apply for something like this has it worked. And I thought, you know, it's going to cost more in the long run, in a sense. But when God gets ready to level your life up and upgrade your life, it's going to cost you all right. But guess what? It'll all work out. It'll work out if you'll pay the price. It'll work out if you walk through that door. If you keep the faith and you just left foot, right foot, and you just enjoy the journey. Just trust God. Be still and know He's God. Because when it's your season and it's your time to come out of the wilderness and go into that promised land, and like you start seeing more good things than ever happen in your life, and it's not about the fishes and the loaves, it's about being satisfied with Christ. It's about becoming made into the, formed into the, you know, image of His likeness. Things just start working out that never would work out before, you know. And I'm just grateful for all of His mercy. That I'm just grateful that He has given me the opportunity to go through that class, paid for my uniform, got me new shoes. He fed me every day through it. He blessed me. Classmates and I, we still text here and there. I passed my knowledge. I graduated from the CNA class. I already have a job. I didn't get to tell y'all, but I'll say this real quick. I had a place call me the other day that was from Home Health, and they literally wanted to hire me on the spot, and they literally wanted me to work that very night. It was this past Wednesday, and they told me to give them a call back to see if I wanted to do it because the pay was not much at all, honestly. It was going backwards, honestly. But I thought, okay, that's starting off. They did say there was room for advancement and growth, things like that. And so I told them I would do it. I had church that night and I was going to leave early to go to it, to this job. I was going to sit with somebody all night that had Alzheimer's and, you know, kind of keep a watch on them and stuff, make sure I don't get out of the bed or walk out the house or something. You know, I had my scrubs on. I got everything together, you guys. And it's 6:40 and this woman never called me back. So I texted her, and this is like a reputable company, like home health company. supposedly. And I texted her, I was like, hey girl, were we still gonna meet? Because we had to drop the paperwork so I could get paid, you know. She's supposed to hire me on this. So they called me, okay? They called me, you guys. And I was grateful. I was just like, okay. And all of a sudden, I text this lady, you know, what's up, girl? Basically. And not that like that, I was professional. I was like, were we still gonna meet? I got church here in a little bit. I was gonna go to part of the service before I got to this job. She texts back, oh, I'm so sorry. I got so super busy at the office. I got that shift's covered by somebody else. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll meet you tomorrow. You guys, I was just like, oh, okay. I haven't heard back from them. But I am glad that I haven't, because that was the most unprofessional thing you could do. That was the biggest red flag, you guys. I don't think so. This is supposedly a 5.0 rated Google company. I'm not saying names because I'm not like that. But I'm going to tell you, I was willing to go sit for, I'm talking about less, way less than I ever would. Like, just because I thought, man, you got to be desperate to just call me and to ask me, could you hire me immediately on the spot? I agreed to go sit 5 hours. I can tell y'all the time they called me to the 6:40 till 6:40. They called me around, I want to say 1 something, if that. Not even that. 12 something to 1. Gonna hire me on the spot. You don't even call or text me. I reach out to you at 6:40. If you were so busy, how were you so busy yet you had time to cover the shift that you already gave to me? Okay, whatever. Anyway, I ain't messed up about it, you guys. It just wasn't God's will. I agreed to do it. And you go behind my back and give my stuff away. I ain't worried about you. Anyway, I will holler at you guys after I get out of my skills class. Or not the class, but y'all just pray for me. See y'all later. Out of the college class. The last test. Eating this right in front of where I'm fixing to go do my skills, and this song came on that I made it. Y'all, I could just cry. I think I've only heard this like once. I just thought it was cool because I just drove up and my nerves are starting to try to get to me. And this song's talking about I made it. Y'all can feel the Lord. Got a colosh. Woo! Thank you, Lord. I made it, I made it, I made it. Thank you, Jesus. That was just amazing. Woo! Praise the Lord. Thank you, Lord. I literally pulled up and I looked at my deal. I didn't even have my radio on, you guys, and it said I made it. And I was like, what? And I turned it up and this was what was on. I was like, I'm going to put that in my vlog. It's just the Lord. We're going to make it, you guys. Hey, you guys, I look tragic. It is 11:47 and I have not taken my skills test yet. We were up here, me and some other girls. Sorry about the reflection. I just look really tired. We're gonna go get some food and iced coffee because it's almost 12 o'clock. Okay, the lady came in at like 10:30 or so up here, the proctor, and she's like, you know, give me your IDs and all these things and give us pieces of paper to read. And then she was like telling us that, you know, they put you, I didn't know this, but they put you in pairs, and there's a good bit of us, like sets. There's like 5 sets of us, so like 10 people or so, I don't know. And so she's like, you two are together, you two, and she's like calling names out, and she's like, y'all are going at 11 something, and at 12 I take a break, y'all come in at 1:30 or something, y'all at 2 something. And then she's looked at me and another girl and she said, y'all will be 3. And I was like, okay. So it's 11:48, you guys, and I haven't even took my skills yet, but that's all cool. I hope y'all like this. Y'all like how this looks? This is on my new phone. It's called Cinematic. Hey, who said you gotta buy a new camera when you have a new iPhone? I'm happy, you best believe it. So, you guys, I'm gonna go get something to eat, even though I ate a kolache earlier. And y'all seen that previous video clip I just showed y'all. When I pulled up here, that song came on. I felt the Lord. I started crying. I'm sorry y'all seen me eating like a cow, but I love taking you guys with me. I've got lots of my friends that are in my church. I say a lot. To me, a few's a lot. But anyway, it means a lot that y'all watch my channel and my crazy stuff on here. But yeah, I like the systematic thing going on. But anyway, so I'm leaving, and since I live, you know, 20-30 minutes away, I'm not really going to, you know, which way do I want to go? I'll go out this way. She told us not to go home or anything because she told me, I was like, well, what time do you need me to be here if it's at 3? Because I'm not going to stay up here for, you know, 3-4 hours. She's like, just be back, you know, don't go all the way home because we may get done early or anything could happen, or one of these girls gets, she's like, so sometimes people just get nervous and sick and want to leave. And she's like, then I can call somebody else in. And she's like, so about 2:30 or so, try to be here, because if we get done early, I'll just call you back, and if you're not here, you'll fail. And I'm like, okay, that's all you have to tell me. So I'm gonna go get some lunch, or just a snack, really. I don't want lunch. I ate a kolache earlier, but I don't know why I'm not hangry. I'm just tired and didn't know that I'd have to wait till 3 o'clock, rather be in the bed. Also, I text my boss of my new job because I was like, oh my word, she probably thought I was getting out at noon. I thought I was getting out at noon and then going to come to work. And I thought, I don't even know if she's going to let me work at 4 or 5 o'clock this evening. So I messaged her, let her know what's going on. And she's the best. She was like, girl, that's fine, good luck. She was like, you can still come by and work if you want. And I'm like, who does that? She's a great Christian lady. I just love everything about this lady. And it's just the favor of God. It's just the Lord. So I'm over here by the mall. Okay, I'm gonna try to go get something real quick to eat. I'm tempted to order some pandas. It's not too expensive. You can get some. You can get a kid's deal for like $6-8. I don't really want fast food though, because that kolache, it looked big, but y'all, I can eat. I'm a big girl. Anyway, I was just giving y'all an update. I'm going to get some food, get an iced coffee, and then I'm going to go back to that parking lot, and I'm going to study some skills. I'm going to watch skills on my phone and take notes, and yeah. So I guess that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, I will holler at you guys later after hopefully I finish the skill. Hello, YouTube fam. I am sorry that after the last clip, I was going to get back with you guys after the test, the skills test. Here's what had happened. I had told y'all last that they put us, you know, in pairs of 5 and gave us each different times. And me and this other girl, we were last. Our time was like 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. that we both had like 30 or 40 minutes each to practice or not practice, but, perform our skills for our test. And so I did mine and all that. And whatever skill the other person has, if it requires a real person, you're their mannequin or whatever. But I'm going to start right here. I'm just going to take y'all kind of through, because I was so busy, because I told y'all at my new job, which I just started yesterday evening, I went in late, and so I wasn't trying to film and all that. I was trying to hurry up and get over there, because I left out at like 4 something, and I got there at like 4:22 or 4:30, 4:22 or something like that at my new job. And so I wasn't trying to film, and I didn't get off last night till 10:30. And I'm not filming and things like that in my workplace. It's like HIPAA violation for one thing, and for next it's like, it's just not good ethnic or whatever, especially if it's your first day or whatever. But anyway, that's private, girl. But anyway, I'm just gonna talk to you guys, okay? Because this is the next day. It is Sunday. It is actually after church, and I don't normally film on the Sabbath. I don't film on Sunday, but get my coffee. Yes, I'm just drank some coffee. I came home to chill because I'm tired. I've got a pizza in the oven, so y'all might hear it beep again here in a little bit because I have it going. But I'm just going to start from the beginning, and then I will tell you guys the results, because you get your results at 4 a.m. literally. And I went to sleep last night. When I did get home, I was so wore out and tired from the whole day, all the newness of life and things and the test, and didn't know, and that at 3:57, I woke up. I know it was the Lord. He woke me up, dead out of sleep. Of course, I waited a few minutes. I'd check my email. It wasn't there, but at 4:01, it appeared. And I will tell you guys the results. If you haven't already seen my Instagram and my Facebook, I already put on there if I passed or failed. But basically, I would just tell y'all this. I waited till 3, and then this woman called me and this other girl back, the proctor, and told us, gave us the instructions, showed us the lab room where we perform these skills. And I will tell you guys my skills, and I will tell you guys why at first I thought I might have failed and was really stressed out. All the other, not all, but some of the girls that I seen when I was sitting out in the main area waiting to come back, we would like, hey, how'd it go? What'd you have? Do you think you passed? Do you know if you did something wrong? Like, we would all talk. I want to say almost every one of them were not confident that they passed. And actually, I know for a fact, like 3 of them said, I know I failed. I didn't do, and it was like something major. It wasn't like I forgot to shut the curtain or gloves or something. It was like, one girl came out and she said she had pericare, and she actually said, I think I got it all right. I did it all. And we were like, okay, that's great. And then her friend said, so you did this, you did this, you did it. Yeah, I did it. And then she said, did you wipe the back of the mannequin like it was the backside? And she said, her face, you guys, I wanted to cry for her. Her whole face dropped. She said, I failed. Oh my word, I failed. Because she come out and thought she passed. She's like, I did it. I think I did it right. And we were like, yay, And we asked her skills, and she was like, I didn't think I could do Perry, but I did. She's like, I did it. And we were like, that is amazing. We were happy for her. But then her friend was like, so you did this, you did this, you did that. And the girl was like, yeah, I did it. And she was like, and you cleaned the butt. That's what she said. I ain't trying to say that on here. It'll be explicit. She said, you cleaned the backside. And she said, what? And she was like, this horrible look over her face, bless her heart. She was like, she just put her hands in her head, and I could just cry for her. I felt terrible. She said, no, I totally forgot. She said, I failed, didn't I? She said, honey, if you didn't do that, you failed. She said, but that woman was so sweet and nice. She was just like, I was like, and that one girl, the girl that was talking, that asked her these questions, this was her 3rd time. She done failed like 2 or 3 times or something. I don't know. She kept paying to come back. I don't know if she'd failed 3 times, but or if this was the third time, something like that. Anyway, she'd done been through there a couple times, you could say. She was trying to give us pointers and try to help us out and tell us why she failed and, you know, what to do right and all that stuff. And she told her, she said, honey, she said, she gets paid to sit there. The proctor, she's an RN. She gets paid to sit there, keep a stone face, smile, be sweet. And if you forget something, she'll just act like you did everything right. She's like, she's not going to tell you, you know, she's just going to be like, you know, if you're doing it, and she's like, okay, whatever, you know, that's the end of my skill. She'll say, okay, well, let's do the next one. And she said she'll never let on that you did anything wrong, and then you can fail. And so I felt bad for her. But anyway, y'all know I can be chatty. So much happened, though, yesterday. Okay, my skills. I got in there, and the lady was talking to me, and my partner, the other girl, it was our turn to do it together. Or you don't do it together, but, you know, she was my mannequin. She said, who wants to go first and get out of the way? And I just stood there because I always want to be like the person that I'll take what nobody else wants. I guess I'm the martyr. I don't know. I just like being respectful, not be like, oh, me, you know. So I stood there for a second. She's like, neither one of y'all? I said, I will. I was like, I just didn't want to say it if she wanted to go. She's like, she didn't want to go. And I was like, okay, I'll go. And so it made her, you know, the very last. And she's like, okay. And they went and set up, and she gave me my card for my skills. And I knew it was God. I knew. Like that song, y'all heard, I made it. I thought if I can't do this, I can't be a CNA. I ain't got it and I ain't called. My skills were changing the linens on an occupied bed, respirations, in documenting, you know, the respirations, taking respirations and documenting them, and moving the patient to a side-lying position. When I seen that, I still was so nervous because, you know, you're being graded. She's watching you. I performed every single skill, and I will tell y'all, when I was doing the first one, because you got to do it in the order that they give you, she showed me where everything was at. When I started doing it, I did hand washing first. And then she was like, okay, from now on, you can simulate and say, I'm washing my hands. And she said, when you hear me say hands clean, she said, you can proceed. She said, if you go over and you do that and you don't hear me say hands clean, I didn't hear you say you're washing your hands, you can fail. And I was like, okay, thank you. You know, and so I always made sure when I'd walk off from something, if it was the time to wash hands, I'd say, I'm washing my hands, and she'd say, hands clean. You know, and so she was really helpful. She was really sweet. The proctor, she's a doll. She's very professional though, you know, she's been doing this she's an RN, she's been doing this, you know, CNA stuff. To her is probably like, if y'all don't know this, you need to fail, you know, not really, but anyway, I was so nervous, you guys. So my first skill was, you know, changing the linens with a patient in the bed, and you know, you can't let them touch the mattress, you got to always keep them on a sheet. And I did everything right, you know, knock, knock, you know, hi, Mrs. Smith, I'm Alicia, I'm your NA. I'm going to help change you and change your linens today while you stay in the bed. Is it all right? She's like, of course. And I was like, okay, let me go wash my hands and get the supplies. And so I walked around, and when I walked around, I was like washing my hands. She said, hands clean, the proctor. And I walked out, and I opened, because it had a curtain on the door frame, it looked kind of like it was a shower curtain on like a rod above this door. I walked out through the curtain, went and got the flat sheet, the fitted sheet. They didn't use blankets, and a pillowcase. I forgot the bath sheet, a bath blanket. But anyway, I walked back in there, shut the curtain, walked up, and I was like, hello, Miss Smith. And when I walked in with those three things in my hands, I had forgot to get a barrier towel. You know how you get a barrier towel and you're supposed to put it on that table and then set the linens down on it? While it was in my hand, you guys, I said, I'm sorry, because she told us that if we tell her, I'm sorry, I just forgot to get this and that, she'll say, correction noted, and she will not score anything off. When I walked in, I was so nervous, and I looked down at the table, and I thought, oh my word, I forgot the towel. I said, I'm sorry. I was like, I forgot to grab the barrier towel. I was like, I need to correct that and go do that now. And she said, correction noted. You may proceed. So I went, got it, came back, fanned it out on the deal, set my linens down, and I was looking, and I said, I raised up the patient's bed, you know, to my level, and I was like, all right. I was like, I am fixing to, you know, change your sheet, Miss Smith. And when I looked, I was like, I didn't get a bath sheet, because the next step is you lay a bath cover, a bath blanket over the patient. And so you're supposed to put a bath blanket over them so they stay covered, you know, warm. And then you like reach underneath it and get that dirty sheet or whatever. That's after you do the bottom corner sheets. You literally have to change the bed with the fitted sheet with them on there. And so right when I noticed that I did not grab that bath blanket, I said, I was so nervous, you guys, but let me tell you, if you are an aspiring CNA and you're an NA and you're nervous in there, let me tell you, she will give you grace. Do not feel stupid. I don't care if you have to correct yourself 10 or 12 times. Hear me out. It works. Listen, I felt so dumb and I wanted to cry and I was stressed out. I'd done been there all day. I was tired. I was stressing. I had a new job I needed to go to. I was like, you know, and here I'm in this skill. Done forgot one thing, had to ask for grace and correction for that. She gave it. I went and got it. And here I could have grabbed it then, but I had completely left me. When I remembered, I didn't wait to the end of the skill. Now, you can do that. But when I remembered in that moment, I'm sorry. I kind of laughed. I was like, my nerves are bad. I'm so sorry. I forgot. I said, I need to make a correction. She said, correction noted. I said, I need to go get a bath blanket. I forgot that. She said, correction, because she said correction noted. And then she said correction approved or something. I don't know. She said something about the correction again. I was like, thank you. And I went out and got it. I did the whole skill. Only thing is I had to log roll my patient because she's a bigger girl like me. I had to log roll her twice because I was trying to shove that clean one under. Because when you take the ends, when you pop the ends of it, you know, on this twin size bed, the fitted sheet, you've got to tuck it underneath their body, but you can't let their body touch that mattress. You got to put the clean one on there a little bit, tuck it under the dirty one, have them log roll on the side facing that way, then walk around the bed and pull that clean one underneath them and then remove, you know, the other one. Well, I couldn't get it underneath the girl. She kind of heavy. And so I was like, and then I see the other girl that had failed like 3 times told us, if she gets up, you failed. If she gets up to help you, you're going to fail. And so that scared me because I'm over there trying to tuck this thing. And I said, I'm sorry, Miss Smith. I'm having trouble getting this sheet underneath you. I'm going to have you roll the other way, okay? And she's like, all right, you know, like the girl playing it. And so I log roll her on the other side, and I was sitting there, y'all. I was trying to get it underneath her. She wasn't lifting up. She did roll over for me, but she wasn't lifting up. And you guys, I was trying to shove this under this girl. And anyway, she wasn't light. And I'm not saying she heavy, but, you know, we about the same size. She a little bigger. I'm nothing like that. But I'm telling you, if you do this skill and you are a mannequin, please, if somebody's trying to do their skill, don't just roll over. Lift your hip up or something. Because, look, this is what happened. This is why I thought I fell. While I'm trying to tuck it for the second time, I should have did it in the first time. But I was struggling, and she seen I was trying to do it. The proctor got up. And when she got up while I was tucking this, just be a moment, Miss Smith. I'm sorry it's taking so long. Keep talking to your patient. Talk to these people. Don't just sit there and get frustrated. Say, I'm sorry I'm having to do this again. Girl, I couldn't get it tucked the first time. If you're talking and you're cordial and you got that indirect care down, you're going to pass. I kept doing that while I was talking to the girl in the bed. I said, I'm sorry, girl. I can't get this underneath you. Just please hold one moment. We'll fix it. Okay, Miss Smith? She's like, okay. The proctor got up, you guys. And she went and faced that girl. She said, can you lift your hip up or something? So can you help her tuck that underneath you? She's like, now lift up. She can't just do it herself. And she's like, yes, ma'am. And she raised up, and it went right underneath her just like that. I was like, why was you making that hard for me? Not saying she was. She just was probably kind of scared too, but she didn't know what to do. And so I did the skill. Lowered the bed back down. Gave Miss Smith her call light. That's the name I called her. You know, went, washed my hands, opened the curtain, went back to the patient. Would you like anything? You want your TV on? You want a magazine? Want some water? No, I'm good. All right, well, I'm going to document that I came and changed your linens for you. If you need anything else, you got your call out, just holler at me. I'll be back. Okay, thank you. I walked off and I said, I took a minute and I looked around, make sure I had everything cleaned up, all that stuff, yada, yada. Skill complete. And during this, I'm putting the dirty linens in the dirty hamper she has by the door. Okay. I was nervous because she stood up and came to help me. Because she did. She got up and walked on the other side. And she looked at her. She was like, can you lift up some more? She's trying to put that underneath you. I can tell she's trying to do it and it's not going. And she was like, yes, ma'am. And she lifted up and it went right in. And I was like, she could tell I was struggling. And then I thought, oh my word, she's going to score me off. If you're really trying to do your job and that proctor can tell, I'm going to vouch for her. Every time the proctor gets up, it does not. I've got to kind of counteract what that girl said. What she said might have been true in her case. If she has to get up because you're doing it wrong, and I don't know, I'll kind of give you all instance in it. I'm trying to help you that are going to watch this, that are like looking for CNA videos, because I haven't really heard many stories about it. It's just, oh, I passed or I didn't. But what I was going to tell y'all, why she said if the proctor gets up to help you, you failed, is she had one of her skills that she failed before when she's failed, because she's failed several times. She said that she had transferring a patient from the bed to the wheelchair using a gate belt. She locked the wheelchair. She put the gate belt on. You know, she's talking to the patient. She went to stand the patient up. The girl, she was, because you do that on a live person. The proctor got up and came over there to look because she had not put the shoes, the non-skid shoes, on this patient. You can't stand them up in socks or barefoot. You fail. So the proctor got up to come see, and I think she honestly got up to kind of jolt that girl's memory, to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I need to make a correction. I forgot to put her shoes on. She could have put the shoes on and still passed. The proctor got up and came over there and looked, and when she did, I think she said the proctor said, shoes? Like trying to help her. And then the girl that was the patient said, she ain't even had time to put the shoes on yet, and had an attitude with the proctor. By then, the girl that was doing it was so ticked off and upset at both of them, she just was like, I failed. And she said, you need to finish your skill. And so don't go in there with no attitude. And if that proctor gets up, she said, if the proctor gets up to help you, you failed. I'm here to say that's not true, because the proctor got up to help me, to tell that other girl, lift up. You know, she's trying to get that underneath you. You ain't got to just lay there, just lift up for her, because the proctor will help you. So do not be scared if you're performing a skill. If she gets up and comes over and says one word to you, it's grace. It does not mean you failed. If you didn't tell her my skill's finished, and she gets up, no matter what you're doing, and just looks at you, check yourself. She's trying to kind of not put the fear in you, but she's trying to let you know something's not going right. Think about what you're doing. Did you forget shoes on a patient? Did you forget something? You can look at her, even if she actually says something to you, it doesn't mean you fell right then. She's trying to get you to remember something's not right. And she may even tell you, like she did that girl's shoes. She tried helping her. She got offended and thought she was just like mouthing at her and got an attitude. And so she failed. That's not what the proctor was doing. Your perception about how you see the proctor and what you're doing means everything. She's not out to get you. No matter your race or color. I'm just going to tell y'all that, because that's what this girl actually told me. She was like, this woman is a bleeping bad word. She failed me 3 times. She targeted me. But my friend passed. And I was like, well, why'd your friend pass? She's like, she friendly. And I was like, well, have you tried being friendly? She's like, I just ain't no people person. I was like, well, then you don't need to do this at all. I was like, I ain't trying to hurt your feelings. Don't get mad at me. I was like, I'm being for real. She's not going to pass you. If you're like this to her and like a fake patient or a person, then she knows as a seasoned veteran nurse at heart, that's not your calling. She's not going to pass you. You can do the whole skill right and not have indirect care, and you fail. But anyway, if the proctor gets up and says anything to you, don't take it as like critical, like constructive, what do you call it? I need some coffee. My mind, I'm still tired, y'all. Constructive criticism. That's what it is. Think about what you're doing. If she says something to you, say, I'm sorry, I need to make a correction. She'll say, correction noted, and she'll sit down. And she will not score you off. Anyway, long story short, I know I said that, but I'm trying to like give y'all all the dates, and then like, this is like my digital diary in a way, journey, so I can look back at my videos and see how far the Lord has brought me, and like my kids or whoever, my friends. So anyway, back to where I was. The proctor got up, but it was to help me. So I learned that that's not always the case. Don't believe everything everybody tells you if you sit up there waiting for an exam. Don't believe all these people. Don't believe what they say. You stay in your line, keep your lane, keep your eyes on God, and stay focused. If you're nervous and you keep forgetting, but you also keep remembering, I don't care if you mess up 20-something times. Every time you remember, if you perform a skill and just think, I did that wrong, I should have did it this way, say, I'm sorry, I need to make a correction. She'll say, correction noted. And then you can repeat to her and perform it. I should have placed this blanket over Miss Smith before this one. And she'll say, go ahead. And you correct it, and you don't lose. You're better off failing and correcting yourself. And yes, it may be humbling, and yes, it may be nerve-wracking, but I promise the proctor is not there to look down on you. You may feel judged, and that is her job, but if she would rather you fight for what you want and correct your mistakes than to stay silent or you're better off feeling like an idiot, I should say, and constantly correcting yourself and pass than to sit there and go out and fail like a silent fool. Okay? You can do this. You got this. God will help you. But anyway, my second skill that I thought I failed, and during all this, you guys, I'll tell y'all this here in a minute. When I actually got to my job later, I thought I failed because I didn't use gloves with anything. I went back and watched each one that I've seen. This one woman, I've been watching her skill videos. She didn't use gloves, and she said they're not required. So the things that I thought that were going to fail me, they wasn't even required. You don't have to wear gloves when you're like putting a patient on the side lying position. You don't have to wear gloves if you're like changing an occupied bed, and you don't have to wear gloves counting respirations or radial pulse. And so also I thought I failed because on the radial pulse, I didn't put her in like whenever, there goes my oven for my pizza. I'll leave it for a second, or I'll go check it and come back in a minute. When we practice radial pulse and like blood pressure and stuff and respirations, mine was respirations, my skill, we were already setting up in a chair. And so I thought because she had that girl laying down that I needed to set her completely up, and I didn't. I did raise the bed, and I raised her head about 30 degrees to where she wasn't like straight up, but she was kind of, not flat. And I took her pulse, right, put it back down, lowered the bed. I went and washed my hands before documenting. Do not document with dirty hands. I'm going to tell you right now, my partner, I can promise you she failed. Verbatim, she failed because I was her dummy and she literally was doing so much wrong. I could literally count on one hand within I won't say 30 seconds, within 1 minute of one of her skills, I knew she failed because she was so nervous, and it's okay to be nervous. I could tell she was remembering what to do, but she wasn't saying, I need to correct that and fix it. Don't be afraid to look stupid. You're better off passing. Anyway, no shade on her. She might have passed, but she documented my radial pulse she didn't wash her hands. She washed them afterwards. That's a fail. You can't do that. And there's a lot of stuff she's missing. I felt bad for her. I'm not judging her. I'm not saying, oh, I made it and you didn't. No, I was so stressed out I wouldn't make it. But you guys, hold on one second. I'm going to check my pizza and I will be right back because I'm having too much fun telling y'all all these good details. And then, yes, I will tell y'all what happened afterwards. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I'm having a celebration pizza party. And yes, I put ranch on my pizza. I'm going to let it cool off because I literally just cut it. Got me some napkins. We're going to have a little pizza party together. Anyway, I did my respirations. I did my side lying position thing, and then I was that girl's dummy for her to perform. She had range of motion of the shoulder. Then she had radial pulse, and then she had pericare. So after the first two that the proctor told me I could leave, she's like, you'll get an email at 4 o'clock. You'll know if you pass. I was like, all right, thank you. So I left in a hurry. I was going to film for you guys. So I left, and I went and got a cup of ice water because I was about choking. I was so nervous, y'all. I mean, my whole throat, everything dried up in me. I felt dehydrated. So I went to Sonic, got some, I love their ice water. And I still had, because for lunch I went and got a sub at Subway. I had my other half of my sub. So I yeeted over to my new job and went in and just kind of like jumped in and started trying to help and pass out chips for dinner. And there was I don't remember what they all had, but I just got in there. I was washing dishes. I was just trying to help. It's a big old home, it's like a big old home. And it's assisted living and memory care. Most of them, have dementia or something. And so, but you just assist them, most of them, they can do everything themselves, even though, their memory's not all that great. But it was really great. I can say for my first day, I really loved it immediately. I love it. There's a girl there that works there. She's the med aide. Her name is Alicia, but she has them call her Lisa. I'm not going to say much more because I'm really funny about bringing like job stuff unless I know that they're cool with it, because so many people lose their job over sharing too much stuff about where they work and pictures and stuff. So I will not be doing that. I'm not going to list where it's at on here. I'm not going to say anything. You're not going to see anything on here unless she's like, hey, I don't care if you take pictures and share them on social media or something like that. Then I could tell her I have a channel or something. But even other than that, that's their private life. These are these people's homes. We're in their home. That's not our job. That's their home. And I'm not going to violate anybody. But anyway, I loved my first day at work. I loved it. It was a good evening. It was, like I said, 4:30. It was about 6 hours. And it was just really wonderful. I am a people person. The Lord has blessed me. I just jumped in there. I'm still trying to remember some of their names of the residents, but they're all great. They're all so sweet. I know what comes along with all that, but it's okay. They don't know better. But I just love it. I'm so grateful. I hope that I get put on the schedule next week. I don't know. I heard that that they do the schedule today. For next week, I hope I get put on it. I hope I got a good report because I got to meet the supervisor last night. She's a great RN. I can tell she's got a nurse's heart, and she loves her job and she loves these people. And I love her passion that she has for these residents. We talked a while last night while it was late before I left, and yeah, I hope they like me. I like all of them. I want to just be a help to them and the residents. It's not just about employees, but I'm there for the residents. That's my calling. And I do want to be a good friend or example to, my coworkers. But it was really fun. Everybody seemed to get along really nice. And I just am so grateful. But long story short, I come home late and I went to sleep. My nerves were still kind of shocked because I wanted to know if I passed or not. I kept worrying that because I didn't put gloves on. I thought I forgot gloves, but in the end, they're not even required. So that's why I probably forgot them, because I don't know. And then I thought I might have failed because of the respirations. I didn't put her up in a, Fowler's position. Come to find out, and if you want to watch videos, I'm going to tell you who I watched that helped me pass more than anybody. Other than my wonderful instructor, Shout out to Miss Jones. I know she ain't gonna mind that I say her name. Miss Jones was the best godly, just soldier teacher. She literally a veteran. That helped me through this whole class. So much she taught us. I would not have passed if it had not been for her, for God, for her, for, the resources available online. And of course, like I just said, I wouldn't have passed if it went for her. 3:57 this morning, the Lord woke me straight dead out of sleep. I didn't have an alarm set or nothing. I'd already crashed around 1. And I checked my email, and at 4:01, I got my results and I passed. that song said, I made it. You know, I came through on the other side stronger. You know, I made it. And here I am, you guys. I am officially a CNA. I have my license. And I really didn't think I'd pass. I don't know why. You know, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt God and your ability. You can do all things through Christ. I seen something the other day. Corey Ten Boom, she held up a glove. Like, you know, a glove you'd use in a doctor's office or something, in a hospital. She held up, you know, a latex glove, and she said, this is a glove. It has the potential to do many things. It can be used for cooking, cleaning, helping someone in a hospital, providing, you know, protection. Like, it can be used if you paint. Like, it has so much potential. Just act like I'm holding a glove. She said, but on its own, it's just a glove. It can't do nothing. She said, but if you put your hand in it, it can do anything. You know, it can do anything. Any of those things that she was talking about. And she was talking about the Lord, how we're that glove. And when God gets his hand in it, when God gets his hand in us, in our heart and our lives, he can use us. We have so much potential, you guys. But I passed, and that's what the rest of this video was to tell you guys. I passed. I hopefully get to go back next week to my new job and work more. I know this certificate, this license is now opened up many more doors because now I have a number, you know, in the system in the state of Texas. I am going to try to get my license in Arkansas, and you can do that. So I'm going to wait a while before I do that. But I do want to be licensed in like this 4-state area. And I don't want to stop you guys here as soon as I can. When the Lord permits, I want to try. I can try. At least I can always have my scene. I fought for this. We got this. I would like to try to go get my LVN. As stressful as it, y'all. I thought I told somebody, I said, if CNA stuff is this stressful and tedious and sacrificing, and y'all, I can't imagine what LVN and RNs have to go through, much less doctors, y'all. I'm telling you. You got to marry you got to sell out to it. Like, it's got to be eat, breathe, blink, think. Girl, I'm telling y'all, girl, if you want to be anything, I don't care what it is, it's going to cost everything for you to do it. Like, in reason, you know. And so, that's why, you know, I encourage you, just go after whatever God's calling you to do. You can do it. If you fail, get back up and go and try again. I was so nerve-wracked, y'all. I told the Lord last night before I knew my results. I said, Lord, if I fail this, my nerves are too bad. I cannot do it again. I bawled. I was praying last night. I said, Lord, if I fail, if I open that email and it says fail, I was like, I probably am not going to go back and take it again, because I was that defeated feeling. Y'all, the devil was trying to wear my mind out. God done said I made it. But, you know, sometimes, you know, we just hear songs or just random things. And, you know, I really did feel like it was the Lord and it was his presence. You know, I know for a fact. But, you know, sometimes we're just, you know, we're fallible. We're humans. But I am fixing to eat my pizza. I haven't celebrated at all that the Lord helped me do this and I made it. So guess what? I haven't. I ain't went out to eat. I ain't went and celebrated. I ain't did nothing. I'm going to celebrate with you guys on here. So, cheers to just fulfilling our callings in life, no matter where we are, teacher, CNA, nurse, homemaker, wife, mother. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you work at a fast food restaurant. I don't care, like I used to, if you clean houses or clean a school. Wherever you are in life, and you know you're in the perfect will of God and it's your calling, you can celebrate every day. You can always learn more about where you're at. You can always level up. You can read books. You can study. Wherever you find yourself today, purpose it in your heart and make it a goal to scale higher, to go higher in your proficiency, to be the best cleaner at that school, to be the best teacher at that school, to be the best wife, be that best homemaker, be that best mother. I don't care if you're just a young single girl. Be the best that you can be. Ask God to use you where you're at. I don't care where your walk of life is, what's going on. Be the best at what you can. Ask God to help you to learn more. And, you know, if you don't have dreams or aspirations or goals, ask God to give them to you. But anyway, cheers to passing my CNA knowledge exam and my skills. I'm so grateful to officially, I can say I am in my CNA era. Cheers. As always, if you like this video, please like, consider subscribing, hit that notification bell so when I upload more videos, you'll get it. I will see you guys in the next video. Love all y'all. I'm so excited about what the Lord's doing, and I'm so glad that I can say I made it. See y'all later.